What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Friday. Got a nice 10-game slate here tonight. I get it broken down for you with 6 of my favorite plays on the slate. My money is 6. So before we get going, slap up that like button if you're enjoying the content. Let's try to get around 150 plus likes. If we can hit that, that'd be great. Let's just hop right into it. We got a ton of good value on this one. So James Harden, we're going to lock and load him because Chris Paul is going to be out for this game, and he's coming back next game likely, so we're going to probably see super usage Harden here in this game. He's coming off a monster performance, 97 DraftKings points against the Knicks. He's going back home. It's a primetime game. Should be high scoring against the Toronto Raptors. So at 13,800, the price is up, but I'm expecting around 70 to 80 DraftKings points again out of James Harden in this game. There's not much to it. He's putting up 100 shots a game, getting to the free throw line 100 times a game. He's getting a ton of rebounds. The assists are down a little bit, but the scoring is even up more. So I think he can put up, honestly, a 40, 10, and 10, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then I'm going to go with DeAngelo Russell, another guy that should see an uptick in usage with his counterpart, Spencer Dinwiddie, out of this game. This is another guy here that's been on an absolute tear, 54, 55, and 58 DraftKings points. The biggest thing with Russell was when he was kind of struggling, they went more to Spencer Dinwiddie. Like this game against the Houston Rockets, he only saw 28 minutes in that one because Dinwiddie caught fire, and Russell didn't play nearly as much in the fourth quarter and stuff like that. So now with Dinwiddie on the shelf, there's no reason that Russell can't get 33 to 34 minutes again this game. His usage rate is really high. It's around 30%. And he's another guy that can fill it up with rebounds and assists and also a steal or two. So 8,600, I think he can get 50-plus DraftKings points again here. Good matchup. Emmanuel Mudiay, not a great defender, and he's questionable as well. He might not play here. So if he does play, he could be a little bit banged up still, and his defense could lack with that kind of sense. And if their backup point guard starts, they're probably not that great in defense either, like Trey Burke or Alonzo Trier, however they go with it. Not great defenders. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. I'm going to go with Montrezl Harrell. With Gallinari out, Harrell has the possibility of getting around 30 minutes in this game. The last game wasn't as close, where Harrell kind of got closer to his 30 minutes, and he hasn't been as involved in the offense. But in this game, I think he can get more involved just because the matchup is so good against the Chicago Bulls. Their defense down low is nothing special. They're without Wendell Carter, so they kind of been going with that small ball approach a little bit more with Bobby Portis and stuff like that. At the 5, Robin Lopez, not really getting full starter minutes, but Montrezl Harrell, I think he can eat down low, be very active. He's just too athletic and too physical down low for some of these guys. Bobby Portis is more of a power forward position. Obviously, that's what he's played his whole career. So I don't think he can keep up with a beast like Montrezl Harrell, and I think he can fill it up. He's a guy that gets a lot of fantasy points per minute, around 1.25. And if you can get 30 minutes of this game, I think he can return some good value and get closer to the upside that we saw earlier in the month, where he got 44, 50 against New Orleans and Detroit, and 49 against the Hornets. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. I'm going to go with Enes Kanter. Obviously, if things change here, if we get a word on if Enes Kanter is playing or not, then things will change here. I'm imagining he does play in this game. He was actually told before last game that he would be getting the start, but then he didn't even play at all. He got a coach's decision, did not play. And this game, though, where the Brooklyn Nets have some more size with Jared Allen and Ed Davis on the second line, it would make more sense for Enes Kanter to actually start and play a good amount in this game. I mean, the last time it was against Houston Rockets, so there was some kind of concerns like whether or not they would go with Enes Kanter because of the size. The Rockets do play some small ball, so maybe that kind of weighed into it. It was just the matchup wasn't really in favor of Enes Kanter. But going against Jared Allen, a bigger guy, Enes Kanter is absolutely demolished in this matchup already this year. In 3 games, he's averaging 44 DraftKings points on average, 29 minutes, more than his minutes per game average already. So he plays a good amount. Matchup definitely makes sense. I think he can go off here, an angry Enes Kanter, and he can fill it up with this limited minutes already with around 25 minutes. He can easily return value at 4,700. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. But like I mentioned, obviously, if we get word of him not playing, then don't play Enes Kanter. But for my fifth guy, Tyler Johnson here, 4,200. He got the start last time. He got 36 minutes. That's an elite run for a player at his price tag of 4,200. He got 35 minutes in his last start against the Detroit Pistons. And both those games, he returned some good value. I mean, 27 and 30 DraftKings points. That's definitely not something to gloss over. So in this matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers, their defense is not great against guards. And if he gets to start here, I think he can definitely return some solid value. Word came out that Dejan Waiters is questionable for this game. It's going to be a game time decision with the migraine. So if he doesn't play, there's also less cause of concern of Waiters taking some run away from Tyler Johnson. It seems like McGruder finally got moved out of the starting lineup. He wasn't really doing anything in the starting lineup, so definitely frees up some more minutes for a guy like Tyler Johnson. So I'm imagining he would start again in this game. It'd be kind of weird for them to throw him in the starting lineup, then pull him back out. So at 4,200, I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fifth guy for a nice value here. Bare minimum, Kobo here at 3,000. This is only if we kind of get word and confirmation that DeAnthony Melton is out of this game. He left the last game with an ankle injury, and I would imagine on a back-to-back here, quick turnaround, that he would be out for tonight and give Kobo the start. He is a young guy. It would be good for him to get some more run in a game like this as well, going against the Denver Nuggets, and he played really well last night. In 28 minutes, he got 25 DraftKings points. I mean, for a guy at his price tag at 3,000, I think he can definitely do something. And if he gets to start here, he can definitely get around 30 minutes. Even if it's a blowout here, I could still see him seeing some run with like the second unit, just because they're so kind of thin at the point guard position without Melton. They really don't have another true point guard backup. So Kobo can definitely get around 30 minutes in this game and return some good value at 3,000. Definitely could be chalky here if Melton is out, but for good reason. I'm going to bite the chalk, and his salary is just way too good. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got 4,500 remaining per player. A ton of value in the slate, like I mentioned. You got James Harden, DeAngelo Russell, Montrezl Harrell, Enes Kanter, Tyler Johnson, and Kobo. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Slap a like if you did. Like I said, 150 plus likes would be amazing. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here or haven't subbed to get alerted and to get these videos every single day. You can hit the bell icon actually to get alerted every time I upload. Follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby for any updates on the plays. And we actually just hit over 3,000 followers on Twitter, so thank you for that. Support has been crazy. Let's keep running it up, Money Mob, and we'll see you back here again next time.